Well, it's Tuesday, August 20th, 2013, and I'm finally leaving Cambridge and going on a trip. You know, it's been probably like a week since I drove the big truck with the trailer, and I always feel, even though I've been driving since like 2005, but I'm not one of those people where, you know, you learn a skill and it stays with you no matter what. Like, I don't think I was even supposed to be a driver. But anyway, so this skill evaporates with me pretty fast, you know. I remember that when I didn't have a car and I would come from a trip, let's say when I worked for a Challenger, when I was a company driver, and I parked the truck, and then let's say I call a cab, I go home or go to a hotel, and I didn't have a car. So I took, let's say, 3, 4, or 5 days off. And then when I came back, you know, the first day was always stressful. Back behind the wheel of a big truck, you know. No matter how many, you know, years you drive, I don't know. Like, for example, now I'm about to leave and I have to go empty just across Toronto, east to near Kingston, where I'm picking up some industrial racking, and I feel a bit, you know, uneasy. But it's a good thing I've been driving my car this past week, my Mazda 3, and I went to Hamilton, back, you know, so I did about probably like 250 kilometers on the car, driving around town. So, and I find that at least when you drive something like a car, it really helps, you know, to keep your head in it, and then it's much easier to start driving a big truck. So like I'm serious. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who reacts like this to non-driving periods. But so if you guys want to be a trucker, you know, make sure you have a small car or pickup truck so that you can drive when you're not driving. And so basically I'm all ready to leave because I did my cabs, you know, the safety course. My hazmat card was renewed. I sent my DOT maintenance report, you know, to Landstar. We're supposed to take, you know, all the receipts, all the repairs that I did in the past 3 months. I have to scan them, and I have to complete the compile a report and email it. Otherwise, if I don't do that, my truck is taken off the system. You know, Landstar is very strict about this. Like, and they're not calling you, you know, just to give you a warning or something. It just, if you don't do it on time, next time you go on to the website and you check my trucks, like in the top right corner, it says my trucks there. If it says 0, that means that you're in trouble. That means that I don't have any active trucks on the system. And they always give you, well, the only warning you get is at the end of, at the bottom of each pay slip, and I get them online, there's warnings there. It'll say maintenance report due by, let's say mine was due by August 19th on Monday. So Monday was the last day I would have been able to book a load. Let's say if I didn't do this report, then today, Tuesday, I wouldn't be able to book any load because let's say I find a load and then the agent tries to put it on my truck, and then they call me and they say, hey, your truck is not available, you have to call safety, you know, because I know because it happened before. So anyway, I did all this, and I spent I don't know, since Thursday, like when I came back from that cabs class, I've been searching for a load. I thought I would leave on Friday, you know, and deliver something on Monday, and then I'll be paid Wednesday because Monday is my cutoff day. But I didn't find anything on Thursday, Friday, and then you know, Monday, of course, you know, even on the weekend I try to call some agents, but no one is working. I saw a couple of loads posted, like, but I guess they just posted them from home, sorry. And when I tried to call those loads that were marked with the red asterisk, no one was answering. So finally Monday things started happening, and I booked a load. I was supposed to go empty to Montreal to pick up an excavator that was going to Texas, and it paid very well, but it was like 10 feet 3 inches, right? And I can take 10.2, and I thought, well, I'll figure something out, maybe, you know, cut off the top of the cab or something. No, but you know, I checked, the guy gave me the model number of this Caterpillar excavator. It was actually 320C, 320C, an old model that they don't make anymore, at least according to the Caterpillar website. And I checked the dimensions, and actually it was like 9 feet 8 inches. But then the tracks, there were like two options. The standard was I think it was like 9 feet 5 inches wide, but then if the customer opted for longer tracks, those were wider as well. And the weight was, the guy told me it was, the agent told me it was 46,500. I thought, okay, I can handle that. But then, you know, I started looking into that excavator, like reading the specs on Ritchie Brothers website and on Caterpillar website, where you can find information about old machines. And the weight was much bigger, you know, much heavier. And this excavator was actually listed in the middle size section. And, you know, I was worried because I do have, you know, my wheelbase is 40 feet. Alright, so and because of that I have an overhang, like behind the rear axle I have about, what, 4 feet? So it's not, you know, otherwise I got tired of 41-foot wheelbase. That's all my previous trailers had that one. Then of course the axle would be at the very rear, and it would be better for loading from heavy machinery from the dock. But that 41, you know, it's like, it's a pain in the butt to pull a trailer with such a long wheelbase. So this one I got with 40. Right, and then I have what, 6 foot spacing between axles, but still, like in the back there's a overhang, right? And I was worried that, you know, even at 46,000 I was thinking, what's going to happen when that excavator, you know, goes on the back? Because I asked them, they said, oh yeah, we have docks, so don't worry. And I started reading things online, and then I discovered another thing, that people were saying that because the tracks are so wide, and because it's, you know, let's say 46,500 pounds, that means that a lot of weight of the excavator will be sitting not on the main rails, on the main beams, which are in the middle of the trailer, but on the side rails, you know, like on the outside beams, and those are not that very strong. So basically, the more I read about this, the more concerned I became, especially when I saw that it was the operating weight was much heavier than what this guy told me. So I'm thinking, wait a second, so I'm going to drive empty to Montreal, you know, 350 miles or almost 400 miles, and you know, what happens if it's too heavy or the guy just breaks my trailer? Because that can happen real easy. I saw some, you know, scary movies on YouTube about this. So basically I booked this, and the guy put it on my truck, and then when I was about to, you know, I was about to call him and cancel because I was so worried about this, too much weight, too big size, you know. That thing is really for a double drop trailer, you know. And you know, where I'm parked here, over there, you cannot probably see, it's too far, but on the other side of the yard there's a whole bunch of double drop trailers. It's a whole trucking company. They lease a yard here. They came after I was here, like before. All that side was empty, but now I see it's a kind of small trucking company. They have probably, I don't know, like 15 trailers, I don't know, maybe 10 trucks, and a lot of them are heavy haul flatbeds, you know, multi-axle, 4, 5, 6, and then they have these double drops, and I noticed that they don't use them too much, you know. And I've been thinking maybe I should just go and talk to them. Maybe they will allow me to rent one, because they keep sitting there just, you know, annoying me. Because I know I can make a whole bunch of money with Landstar if I had a trailer like this. You know, like during this time when I was searching for a load, always, whenever there was a double drop trailer involved, huge money, you know, huge money, big payback, you know. That's for sure going to be my next trailer. But I know Landstar that you can rent a trailer. So if I could have, let's say, a 3-axle step like this one, and just a basic double drop with 2 axles, you know, but let's say 30 feet at the bottom, that would be a great combination. Double drop and step deck, then I can move lots of loads. But anyway, so then I was about to call this guy and cancel this excavator load. He calls me back and he says that actually the customer canceled. So I said, okay, don't worry about this. I said, it's for the best. And then I started searching. There were a whole bunch of loads from Texas going to British Columbia, and you know, I needed a big payback load, because you know I have 2 trailer payments coming out this week, basically $2,000, and because of the money I spent on that stupid rubber and on the installation, I was running a bit short, and so I had to book a load. So call me crazy, but basically now, well, I have to leave now, but yeah, now I'm going to towards Kingston, Ontario, past Toronto. I'm picking up a load of industrial racking. Then tomorrow I should be unloading in near Chicago, Illinois. From Chicago I'm going empty 1,000 miles to Houston, Texas. And from Houston, Texas, I'm picking up a load that pays very well, but it goes like to the very north of British Columbia. So it's like 3,000 miles from Houston. But it's all legal loads, you know, so no no permits, no oversized signs, nothing. So it's going to be pretty easy. It's just basically some skids, some created machinery that goes to mines. There's a whole bunch of mines in the north of British Columbia, and I guess, you know, especially Houston, that's a big port, so stuff comes in by ship, and there's always lots of machinery going to Western Canada. So that's the best I could find. You know, there was another load much closer. There was something in Kentucky, and I was even thinking going pretty much to the same location in British Columbia, and it paid similar to this one, but the guys were just, you know, beating about the bush. You know, I said, okay, put it on my truck. Oh, the customer is not sure, they want to ship it today. I said I needed a day to get there. So because I was thinking, you know, there was a good load, but it was 500 miles away from me, like from here. So I could leave Cambridge, drive empty to Kentucky, 500 miles, pick up that load, and go to British Columbia. But they wouldn't give me the load, you know. So like the time was dragging, I wasn't making any money, so I had to do this. I booked this short load. So at least things are happening now. Now I have money. I put money in my bank account, so I took a pre-trip advance. So now my trailers are paid. Everything is good. So, but yeah, over the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be doing lots of driving. So it's 120 miles here, 650 back. What is it? 770. Wait a second, even more, right? Because it's 150 miles here, not 120, like to where I'm going. And then 650, yeah, so it's 800 bucks, I mean 800 miles to Chicago, then it's 1,000 miles to Houston, right? Then it's 1,000 miles back to Chicago, that's 2,800. Or basically 818 plus 3, so 4,800. So by the time I reach British Columbia, my odometer will have 4,800 miles more than what it has now. So, but it's gonna give me lots of material for new videos. You know, the British Columbia. This is August. I wouldn't go there in winter, that mountain part, but now it should be okay. So I'm gonna show you guys what British Columbia is like at this time of year. The scenery there should be amazing. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. So my work is about to begin.